So everyone's very quick to tell you to work on building your credit score, whether it's to buy a house, to lease a car, to start a business, to buy real estate or anything like that. And it's always seen as like the best thing you can do, and it's so important, and all the smart people do it. But is it actually a good idea to build your credit score? So we'll start off by the benefits of building up your credit score, which a lot of them are obvious, but you'll have access to better loans. You can get lower interest rates, which will save you a lot of money. It's useful for big purchases like a home or a car or something that you might not have enough cash to cover. You have improved financial flexibility, and there's some benefit when it comes to employment or getting insurance. Some employers might check your credit score as part of their hiring process, and also building good credit can give you good credit cards, which can give you nice perks like lounge access and air miles and just random discounts on different things, cash back. It does sound like quite an attractive thing to have, but nothing's perfect, so everything has its cons as well. You need to think, why is there a whole system built around you building your credit score so that you can borrow money? Like, why do you get so many perks and lounge access and air miles and all these things? Like, why? Like, just for free? Of course not. It's part of a system that wants you to borrow, and it's a system that is counting on you to default. So basically the system benefits from you being stuck in debt that you cannot pay back, and get you stuck in the cycle of just having to constantly pay back and take more loans and pay back and take more loans and pay back. It's a temptation to accumulate debt. So you'll see that you can afford bigger things, more expensive things that maybe other people can't afford because of your credit score that you've worked on. Now you can afford these things. Well, not really you can, but your credit and your borrowing power can afford it. And you risk developing poor financial habits, such as depending solely on just debts and credit cards and loans. And you need to keep in mind that having good credit is only really useful for people who are actually financially responsible and know what they're doing. If you're like a overspender or someone who lives beyond your means, building a credit score is, I feel like, more likely than not a recipe for disaster or for just having financial struggles and stress for the rest of your life. So for some people, building up their credit score and borrowing can work out well. Like, if they know what they're doing, if they know that they're going to be paying this much interest but they're going to be making this much return on the money, if it's for an investment or something like that, they can get away with it. But there are many people who build up their credit score and then borrow just to live out of their means, and then just dig themselves a huge hole in the ground. And they might even be living comfortably on the outside. They might have a good house and a good car and a good everything, and everything is fine, but they're living in constant stress because they're just having to keep up with this cycle, and they know that any moment, if they miss something, it can all go very wrong. So you need to just remember that this whole system that is giving out loans and credit cards and perks and air miles and lounge access, this is a system that benefits from you defaulting. If it was up to them, if they could choose how you live your life, they would make you the most financially irresponsible person who will just overspend, borrow more than they can handle, put everything as collateral, whatever, overspend so that you owe the highest amount of interest and they can foreclose whatever they can foreclose. And everyone is not going to be one of those people who outsmarts the system and gets loans in a way that works for them. Yes, there are some people who do that, but it's not a guarantee that you're going to be that or that you will stay as that. So you might start off as someone who is financially savvy and knows what they're doing, and then it could take a market collapse or a financial crisis or anything like that to just ruin everything, or you could suddenly pick up a new hobby or something, and because now you have all this credit, you start like borrowing weird amounts of money. What you would have to do is, if you want to build your credit score and take debt, you would have to be financially responsible and educate yourself before you just go out there and just start borrowing. But what's more important is to not just blindly work on your credit score and decide to take out loans just like how you see other people doing. You need to actually know what you're doing and why, and whether this is the best idea for you. So I just thought I'd maybe just put this out there, because I don't really see any material where it discusses the cons or the downsides of building a credit score and being able to take on a lot of debt. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment your thoughts. And don't forget that nothing in this video is financial advice, and it's for entertainment purposes only. And that's all for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.